There is a lot of projection and a lot of hatred anytime we ever talk about the Spaniard part of Puerto Rican history. And I get it. I understand completely, because I was also in a position where I resented my Spaniard heritage. And I often used that resentment to hate what is Spain today. But I came to a recent realization. This was probably the hardest pill I had to swallow. If we were to visit Spain today, a good chunk, not all, but a good chunk of the modern population of Spaniards are descendants of the ones who didn't get on those boats to set off for the New World. We are the descendants of the ones who did. That was the hard pill to swallow. However, in my time living here in Puerto Rico Borinquen, I have learned how to appreciate all the cultural influences of what makes the Puerto Rican identity today. And I have learned so much about my African heritage, my Taino heritage, and my Spaniard heritage. Even though we speak Spanish in Puerto Rico, it isn't the same Spanish as Spain. And that's what it means to be Caribbean. And you know what's the beauty about the era that we live in now? It is that we are allowed to embrace whatever heritage we choose or whatever religion we practice. A good chunk of Puerto Ricans today still practice Christianity, Catholicism, which was brought over from Europe. And there is a good bunch of Puerto Ricans that practice their African religion as well, whether that be Yoruba, Oricha. Personally speaking, I identify as agnostic, but when I tend to practice my spirituality, I tend to lean more towards my native Taino heritage. That's just what I feel connected to. But I want to leave you guys with this. When it comes to the Puerto Rican identity, it's not about how much percentage you are of each individual heritage, but it is about what makes you whole. And I embrace my triracial foundation. I accept my ancestors fully, for the good and the bad. I feel if you hate one or the other, you're essentially hating a part of yourself. And you should learn how to love yourself as a whole. Because once you love everything about you, there is nothing that can stop you on your journey to growth. And this is filthy rich coming from a guy who started a lot of problems on social media. I have made shit tons of mistakes. I started unnecessary problems. And I know there's rumors about me. I admit I was wrong in a lot of things. I admit I have a lot to learn and a lot to unlearn as well. That being said, I'm still on my journey as well. But just remember, there's always going to be room for love, not hate. My hope from whoever can take away from this video is to learn how to love yourself fully. Go with your ancestors. Hahan Katu.